What's up everyone, and welcome back to Mig's Garage. And today we're going to be doing a follow-up video from my trunk lid install. Last time when I did the install, I did a temporary trunk release, and today we're going to do a permanent trunk release solution, just in case if my factory cylinder fails. So let's get to it. All right, so today, like I said, I'm going to be replacing my manual trunk release. So I installed this manual cable here, just in case if my factory solenoid fails, I can give it a tug and it'll release it. So I attached it to the arm in which the factory key solenoid that was on, which I had removed. But I'm gonna be finishing off the trunk here with air suspension and a subwoofer and an amplifier, and this clearly just couldn't be hanging out here. And as I tied it down, it didn't give it enough, it pinched it enough so that it wouldn't work, so I had to leave it loose. So I found a more permanent solution. So I bought one of these bicycle cable sets, and the good news about this is that it's got a great housing in which I can attach the arm to that I had attached it already with the wire, and it could slide freely even if I tie the housing up to the side here. And put the cable down behind the driver's seat. So this is definitely going to work. So let's get to it. All right, so the theory is with this, I just unwound it. It's about a 5-foot housing and cable. It's the same, this is stuff they use for obviously brake systems on bikes. And the theory is I'm going to attach it to the arm with this. Right, as you can see, it moves very freely inside the sheathing, the housing, I guess is a better way of describing it. And I can run it down the side of the trunk lid and put it as close to the back seat as possible. I wish it was a little bit longer. It looks like it's about 5 feet long, and 7 or 8 feet would have been better. But I will at least run it as far down as I can, just in case the trunk solenoid fails. I can, in theory, attach one side to that arm where the factory, I can't get a focus here, where the factory keyhole was, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. I'm going to attach it there, and on the other end, I have this side. So as you can see, as I'm pushing on it, I can pull it, and I can tighten this as much as possible with tie wraps all the way down the side, just in case. And it will be able to unlatch it in the back there. So let's do it. All right, so this is the solenoid. Back up for a second. So this is a solenoid. As you can see in the back here, this is actually the motor itself. So that what that does is that when it gets energized, it actually has a little arm down here. It's tough to see it, but it's got a little arm down there that actually pushes and releases. This arm is where I'm gonna attach the cable to that I have, the bike cable. Because this arm right here is actually where the factory trunk keyhole was on the outside of the trunk lid. And I took it out, so it had a little arm. And then when you turn the key, it actually released it. So I got rid of that, obviously, with the new trunk lid, and I'm gonna attach that bike cable to this as a backup in case this motor goes bad. So this is what I'm planning on doing. This device bolts up essentially like this. Actually, just it literally bolts up, back up, if I'm not mistaken, like this, in there. So what I was planning on doing was putting this cable in here so it'll actually pull this way. I'm not sure if I'm going to release this, do something like this, put it through the hole. I haven't really decided yet, but I may even just tie a little knot here or something, just to kind of give it. All right, so what I ended up doing was I ended up just doing a little bit of a knot here I did like a slip knot to attach it to the arm, and then just put some tie wraps on. It's not, you can probably buy a little bit of an attachment to cables if you want. They make these little U-joint bolts that you can put in there. It's not really super imperative because this is more of a just in case, and it'll be fine because as long as it holds it, that's all that matters. And that's all I need. It's a little bit of a tug, and it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to put it back and then run this cable down the side of the hinge and test it out. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so let's run the cable now. Got to put it through this little slot here, run it down. I probably can get it with my finger here. I don't need to get a fish or anything. See if I can fish it down without going crazy. There we go, got it here, got it on my finger. Let's see if I can pull it through. And there we go, got it through. Okay. Now we're back in business. Let's see if I can put this in place. Put some tie wraps on this thing now to hold it in place. That was part of the problem before with the wire. When I put tie wraps on, it made it so the wire was too tight, and even in the split loom, it wouldn't work. So I'm tying it down nice and tight because the theory is this metal cable can slide in the housing and manual release on the cable. So I'm gonna put a few of these on here. What do I mean by a few? I mean like 10. And that shouldn't be an issue because that's what this cable is meant to do. It's meant to slide, and even if you run it around the hinge here, it shouldn't be an issue. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm not afraid to turn it. Okay, got these out. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put one up here at the top, and I think we're in good shape from what I can see here. All right, so I got it all tied up now, and what I'm gonna do a little bit of a test. I hooked the solenoid back up as the primary method of releasing, but I also got this, and as I do this, I can hear it releasing up there manually. So sounds good. Let's do a little bit of a test here. I'm gonna try to close this trunk lid in a way that I'm not gonna, geez, that didn't sound good. Okay, let's see. Okay, that worked, all right. Sounded a little bit rough, but it could be because of the way that this thing was situated, but okay. So the trunk lid is closed, pops, okay. So we got a manual process, baby. Now let's see how close I can get this to behind the seat here. In reality, I would have liked to have a longer bike cable, but and when I went to a local retail store, it came in a pack, and looks like they're all ravaging about, I want to say 5 feet. So there's probably longer ones out there. I didn't realize it, but I'm working with what I got, and it doesn't need to go to a specific spot. It just has to be somewhere where I can get a hand on it and pull it just in case. So let me run it and see how far I get, and I'll show you where it ends up. All right, so ran the wire down through here, got it down through there. Actually, I don't know if you can see it, but I even ran it down through there, and you can see all the way down essentially, that's the back of the seat. That's the cable there. Put a tire up there, ran it all the way down, and was able to get it all the way over here. And if you can see here, this is the back of the seat here. There it is. So it's actually had enough length to get all the way over here, and I can tuck it behind this little carpet here just in case it ever fails. I can just pull this up. I'll show you what that looks like after, and release it. Let's see if that works. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the trunk lid. I'm gonna put this plastic just kind of where it's supposed to go, so that way it's not binding up or anything. My luck, it'll bind up. Close this, make sure there's nothing around. Okay, so she's closed. All right, and let's go ahead and test it out. Let's see if it works. Look at that, success. Try it one more time, pull it. Perfect. Make sure the solenoid still works, which is right here. Push that. That works too. Look at that, huh? Success. I'm gonna put it back together and then show you how I end up. All right, just finished up the cable, the manual cable release. Just want to show you really quick how to get hold of it, just in case the factory solenoid fails. So take a quick look. I'm going to show you what you have to end up doing is the seat here. I ran the cable right behind it. So I'm going to push it forward. It's already pushed forward. I'm going to bring it up as far as I can, which it already is. And then what you end up doing is I go here. The cable is actually right behind this carpet here, and this little carpet comes right out. So all you have to do is, in a pinch, obviously it's not as easily accessible as I'd like it to be, but it's okay. It's for emergencies anyways, in case the factory one fails. You pull this out, and lo and behold, there it is. So I take it, I give it a tug, and the trunk releases. So that's it. So a little bit of a manual way to release. For those of you that have had issues with trunk solenoids, the cable cost me, I think it was 10 bucks. I bought it at Walmart. You could probably get it on Amazon or eBay, whatever you want. But I suggest trying to get a longer one. I got like a 5 foot, a 6 foot would have been a little bit better because I would have been able to get it to a better spot, but I'm not complaining because now I have an option. So like and subscribe, keep tuning in. Got some air suspension pieces coming in, and we'll be doing that soon. Alarm next. I got an exhaust video coming out soon, so stay tuned and like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.